Hello, everyone. So this week, well, it's been a very interesting week.
It's been busy.
Once again, we find ourselves Tuesday night, video going up tomorrow, without a video ready.
Yeah.
And there's a good reason for it, though, I think. Amanda has been off doing important things with her life, and I actually had the house to myself for once. Our roommate was away as well. So I decided that I was going to have a GYST week. Get your together. I'm going to have to bleep that.
I figured.
Because unlike my Doom video, this is not a mature rated game at all. Let's start with just the mushroom cup.
Alright, cool, yeah.
So we're going to hang out for a little bit. We're going to play some games. And we're actually...
You wanted desperately to show people a game you're good at.
I was going to say, like,
Smash
we're actually
Brothers.
fairly evenly matched in this game. And
Oh,
we're both...
whoa! High praise from you.
And we're both pretty... I consistently beat you, but we're, like, there's a chance. You make me sweat sometimes.
I feel like I must just play worse when I'm against you for some reason.
Yes, that's what happens.
Well, it's weird, like, I literally always come in first when I'm playing on my own, and then I play against you and I come in fifth. It makes no sense.
I have to fix the audio delay on these recordings because it's just slightly off and it makes me so angry.
That kind of stuff really gets to me.
I love how we're playing on opposite sides too. Like, I'm sitting on the right side here, but playing on the left.
I'm so used to it. You're always going to be number 2.
I'm actually player 2.
Oh, really?
But somehow I've got the left side of the screen. We've had this happen before.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, it's very disorienting. Like, my controller is lit up as player 2. So anyway, yeah, I had a very, very, very productive week. In addition to, like, just keeping the house clean and keeping the pets alive, you know, I did a lot of stuff in my personal life that I've been, like, putting off. I did my taxes, I did all kinds of stuff. Doctor's appointments. I set up, like, 4 doctor's appointments, my car service, just everything. Everything that, like, I have been knowing for a long time needs to be done that I have not done, I did. And I did awesome. I'm, like, super proud of myself. But... And I even tried to watch some X-Files so I could do that video, but I'm certainly not going to have the time to edit it. Those take forever to edit, and they get like 5 views, and it's just a completion thing for me now. I just want to be done with it so that you and I can do Lost.
Complain about it. We have to finish Gossip Girl too, so we can do
Yeah,
Lost.
I think we're going to do, I don't know if we're going to do a video about Gossip Girl, because like it's already too late. Like, to get back in the mood for those seasons, it would be a thing. And I don't necessarily want to do a wrap-up of the whole show.
I don't know, you might want to do a wrap-up of the whole show. We'll see.
I don't know, we'll see.
I feel like you're going to have feelings about the way things end.
That's probable.
But we'll see. I feel like you're going to like finish it and then yell for an hour and then want to film.
I mean, that's what we thought was going to happen with New Girl, and that is not what happened.
I don't know. New Girl I liked.
Well, yeah, but I didn't like the end. I felt it was pretty anticlimactic.
Oh, you didn't like the end of New Girl?
No, not really.
You didn't tell me this yet.
Yeah.
I actually liked it quite a bit. See what I mean? I told you. Come in 5th.
Yep. 4th. Hey, that's something.
And I don't do that when I play by myself. It makes no sense. I can play at a higher CC by myself and I come in 1st.
I just mess you up.
I really think I get performance anxiety.
That's
really
very
think
possible. We didn't start a timer, but I can see how long it's been running. I'm actually wearing my glasses this time, so I have a better chance. That's what happened. That's clearly the only thing stopping me with Smash Brothers.
Well, we can put Smash Brothers back in.
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, so we both had a really productive week. Just not with this channel. I actually have like 2 videos recorded for this channel ready to go. I just haven't edited them, and I'm like, it's Tuesday
they're like
night.
Intense edits.
Yeah, especially the one video is going to take a lot of time.
Yeah.
I should probably mention that it's not going to be coming out on Wednesday. It's going to be coming out on the Sunday following.
True.
Unless I do another one for Wednesday, but I think that's going to be kind of crazy for me.
I think you might want to, because I think we're going to want to do the movie we've talked about. I don't know if you want me to give spoilers for videos.
I occasionally give little teasers. We have to rewatch the Crimes of Grindelwald now that we've got it on Blu-ray.
And the first one too.
And the first one.
Watch it both together, and I'm taking notes and being a dork.
Yep, you're gonna go full
theories.
Tessa netting on this one.
Absolutely, I want to focus on all the theories that are out there now. I'm very excited about it. But I thought we could do that maybe like this weekend as a wind down thing. We finish
Oh,
all the
absolutely.
stuff. We have so much stuff to do this weekend. I'm like, let's make this fun.
Tomorrow in particular is such a busy day for me too. Like
Yeah,
I've got
for me too.
all kinds of paperwork to do and like, but it's all good stuff. Like my life is coming together in a lot of ways, and it's really kind of nice.
Sorry, I mean, I'm excited. I'm just very distracted by
trying to catch up to me.
You.
Yeah. I've got enough time where like people are far enough behind me that I can watch your screen to see where you're at to know if you're an
Always
actual
watching
threat.
your screen too.
Yep. Well, you're just trying to figure out how the heck I do it.
No, I mean, I watch you play. You just always end up being just a tiny bit better than me.
It just means I'm just a tiny bit better than you.
And then I clearly get performance anxiety when I play with you because you just watched me playing when you were setting up, and I was destroying everybody.
Yeah.
And then I play against you, and suddenly everyone else is beating me too. It's weird.
You know, it's funny because like I know this bothers you more than anything else.
It bothers me
like,
so much.
Your Slytherin interior is just like no.
It drives me crazy. Ugh. I greatly dislike it. See, this is the kind of stuff that happens, but only when I play with you.
I miss, you know what I miss in this game? I miss when they used to show the time.
I miss that.
I miss that so much. I'm like, it shouldn't just be time trials. Like, I get like online sometimes the timing can be wonky.
No, but they
like,
should let you do it
but
here.
local multiplayer, there's no reason.
And
that
there
that
should at least be an option to turn on.
And it was that way on the Wii U too. It's not like it's something they removed for the Switch.
You know what? I have an excuse for this. It's not the bike I normally use.
Oh, I see.
So I think the next cup we
well,
do
whose
is gonna
fault is
switch
that?
bikes.
Like, I didn't tell
No,
you
I'm
what
not
to
blaming
get.
you. I'm just saying it's also not my fault. It's the bike's fault.
Uh-huh.
I thought I'd branch out a little bit.
I was gonna say, you're wearing your glasses, right?
I thought I'd branch out a little. You know.
Yeah. But yes, so the next video will be out not this Wednesday, but the Sunday following, and there's a very good reason for that that will become apparent as it happens. At least I hope so. I'm definitely going to write that in the description for that video. I'm really excited about that one. I don't know. This is the one I've been struggling to edit and get done for a month now. Yeah, so...
We gotta do some more filming.
Now I'm like playing it up and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to make something really good now.
Yeah, no.
Like before it was like, oh, this will be a good enough video. Now it's like, oh, I've talked it up. Like,
now
oh.
we definitely need to film some extra stuff this weekend.
Yeah. Oh, B-roll. Like I don't normally do B-roll. I think the last time I did B-roll was in the computer build video, and that was like 40 minutes long of me sped up, just talking over, fumbling around, not knowing what I was doing. I have a couple other build videos that I want to do, but like I haven't found a way to do that in a format that isn't boring. And like the other thing is that one of the builds I'm planning on doing is gonna take me like a couple of days, and I'm like, oh.
I'm so excited for you to do that one though.
Me too. I'm like so excited for it, and I want to do it well, but like it's going to completely take over my desk for weeks. Like
It may not take you that long. People said you could do it in 4 hours.
yeah, well, I mean, I could do oh no, you did not.
I'm pretty sure
Okay, it's
that's
not you,
the
so
time to solve.
okay.
I know it's not me, because I'm back here in 7th place, just like wasting away.
I was like, wait, no, did that just happen? And I was like, no, it's just an AI.
I'm completely irrelevant.
Well, we'll switch up to a cup that I'm normally bad at next.
No, you don't have to do that. I asked
No, I
for
want
no
to give you some
accommodations.
advantages, because I know you need the handicap.
I asked for 0 accommodations, you know this. Damn it, even when needed, I don't very much. I am just going to switch my mic.
You know what a bunch of streamers have that I really like? I really like those streamers that have the control overlay where you can see the buttons they're pressing.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, those are awesome. Like they show the position of the analog sticks and everything. It's super awesome, and I'm like, oh, I gotta do that. I gotta create a Twitch stream at some point because I feel like this is super fun, but it doesn't really belong on my channel.
No, and I'll do that with you anytime. It's fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that stuff.
So eager for the next cup.
It's so hard to be like a new Twitch streamer though because it really doesn't like bring in money easily at all. Like you have to have some sort of following before that or something, as I understand
just
it.
do it for fun.
Well, of course, that's all this is. Like I'm not making money on this channel either. This is a hobby. I firmly understand that it is a hobby. That is why I have not quit my job. don't hit the bananas. That is like my goal right now. I like missed half those coins for no reason. So what's your favorite track in this game?
I mean, I look pathetic because of my character too. Definitely the Animal Crossing track, which is really depressing because I'm terrible at it. But it's definitely my favorite.
Yeah, I still love Baby Park because GameCube was really the first Mario Kart game that I really dove into hard.
Yeah.
Like my sister and I, we spent days playing that game. We didn't have a second controller, and like we didn't have the internet, so we couldn't like go buy one or anything. Like we were too young to drive, and like our parents weren't about to buy us like another $30 controller, and we didn't even own the game. Like we borrowed the game from one of her friends. We borrowed her friend's controller, and we just basically stole half of her GameCube for like a solid couple of weeks.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I think I still have the save file on my GameCube. Like,
Probably.
oh, now I get into first. Oh wait, good. Yes.
I just hit myself with a green shell, so I'm
nice. But you know, we really dove into that game. We unlocked everything in that game. That was Double Dash. It was awesome. It was great for 2 players too, because you could play together and you kind of had to unlock everything. It was nice. I had the SNES version, but I didn't like. I wasn't any good at it. I was a little young. I didn't really. I had some problems with video games for a while. And I never had the N64 version. I never had the. Did they make a Game Boy version? I don't think they did.
I didn't have a Game Boy, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they did. But I did have the DS version.
I think they did those. I think I played it on someone's Game Boy backstage at a play I was doing.
They must have had something. Yeah, you're right. It was Game Boy Advance that had it. Because they have tracks from that in this.
Okay.
But,
Yes, I never had any of them, but I played them on someone else's for a while.
I had the DS version, and the DS was really the first console that I really dug into because like I could bring it with me and everything. It was fantastic. I played it at work a lot.
That sounds about right.
Because we could play Mario Kart like at the movie theater across the room and everything. It was fantastic. Like no link cables. What an amazing world to live in. We just like barely reached too. It was perfect.
Yeah, I could see that.
But then I had the 3DS version, so Mario Kart 7, and then 8 we had together and played the heck out of, and then the one for Switch came out, and 8 Deluxe I think they ended up calling it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, we need that, and we need to re-win everything.
I definitely want to change my vehicle.
Oh yeah, and we're changing cups, obviously. We're not going to make everybody watch that again. But, okay, so here we go. We're going to stick with 150, because you were struggling.
No! I can do 200. I'm weirdly better at 200.
That's actually kind of true. You do a little better with Frantic. This is a thing we do to each other. We just drive each other crazy. Oh, now you missed it. Like, we drive each other crazy.
No, like doing this.
Well, that too, apparently. But I do this repeatedly.
Yeah, you do
just that sound.
Honestly, drives you
nuts.
The sight triggers me.
Yep.
It triggers my sensory thing. Again, it's not funny.
You have trouble with strobe effects.
It's not funny to trigger a sensory meltdown in somebody.
Which is one of these that you're like really good at? I think not this one. I think it's this one that no.
I'm good at this one because you get mad at me on Gold Mine.
Oh yeah, this one drives me nuts.
You don't have to pick one. That's a handicap for me. That's not necessary.
I like all of them, so I don't mind. Let me put my water not in the shop.
Yeah, but now if I beat you, you're gonna be like, see, I'll let you have it.
Well, we're doing 3 cups here, so I think that's fairly good time-wise. Oh, that's serious we get.
Right, just silence. Like you're not going to want to edit tonight, you're going to want to keep playing Mario Kart.
But yeah, what versions did you play? Because up until we were dating, I don't know.
I played every single version except for the Game Boy version, which I just did behind, like I said,
like
backstage
someone
in the
else's
theater.
borrowed one, yeah.
Because we had every Nintendo console, if I remember correctly, and my brother and I were just obsessed with Mario Kart from the first one on.
Yeah, you had the NES. I didn't have that. I only had the SNES.
I had an Atari.
Oh man.
Like, I've been into it for I'm into gaming for a long time.
Yeah, just a bit.
Well, and we were poor. We couldn't afford like the new stuff, so we had like someone's used Atari.
Oh, every console I had except for the GameCube was someone else's first. Like
Yeah.
my N64 was from my friend that I don't speak to anymore. I think I got the better half of that friendship, honestly. The SNES I believe was my cousin's. I want to say. You know, the GameCube was mine. The Wii U was ours. The Switch is ours.
Yeah.
My DS I bought myself. My Game Boy Pocket I bought myself. That was a
I
trip.
remember you telling me that.
The Game Boy Advance was from my parents, but it was solely mine. I'm the green shell master.
I hate you so much.
Yeah, so we're pretty big on Nintendo.
I love this Nintendo.
But I never played Smash Brothers because I never had it. The only version I've ever played is the GameCube version with my cousin, and he was just into like, wow, you're really bad at this. And I'm like, cool, do you want to like help me get better so I can actually be in a fair fight with you? No? Alright, cool. And that kind of put me off it for a long time.
I could see that.
But I got a SNES, so I mean, who really lost there? I got the retro hardware that I didn't have to pay for.
That crazy people. Sorry, I'm very focused on trying to kill you.
Yeah, but the GameCube I really dove into hard. I played a lot of games well past completion in that.
Yeah.
I never actually did 100% for Paper Mario on there, Thousand Year Door. It's one of my all-time favorite games, and there will never be another one like it, and it makes me very sad because I've tried a bunch of them, and then Super Paper Mario, which you bought me for some event or another, was super fun, but not...
Really super fun?
Yes, but not nearly the same at all.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it was so gorgeous, and I love that game. And it's so similar to the N64 version, which I also played, that, like, I don't actually own that game, weirdly.
That is weird.
Yeah, no, wait, I do. I bought it on Virtual Console on the Wii U.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
I also bought Mario 64 on there, because the only other version I had was the DS version, and they did weird stuff to that game. They made you play as Yoshi and have to unlock Mario and stuff, and I'm like, what are you doing? And they added all these extra challenges, which I'm normally okay with, but like they altered the structure of a classic game, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I didn't get to play most of those kinds of games because, like, I played Mario Kart, and then after I, like, moved out of the family house, I didn't have access to all of the games, which was frustrating. And then, I didn't play a lot of the other Mario games after the Super Nintendo, which is frustrating.
Yeah,
I'm very behind on a lot of it.
I was so young when I first played Mario 64. I was like probably about 8 years old. I had no idea, and I can't remember which is true here. I can't remember whether I had no idea how to make the game stop or if I didn't want to stop playing so much.
Yeah, you told me at the time you didn't want to, like, stop playing.
Yeah,
so.
I really don't know what's true anymore because I was so young.
Yeah.
But, like, at some point, my mother was convinced that the only way that, you know, you could stop the game was to kill Mario, so I would drown him. And I was like, no, you have to do it in this very specific place. I am terrible at this, apparently. So, like, I would go outside the castle, and of course, you know, basically I just removed the pause button from the game.
Yeah.
So, like, you couldn't quit any levels. You had to, like, jump off, and then I had to go, like, drown myself in the water in the moat out in front of the castle. It was very specific. But it actually kind of doomed me because my mother was like, clearly these video games are bad for you, and like that was like a whole thing that I had to overcome.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was bad.
You didn't want to go off the track now, Bowser is ahead of me.
I don't know. I mean, she was worried that I was going to have like an unhealthy relationship with gaming, and like...
That was frustrating, sorry.
Oh, please.
Did you see that, though?
Yeah, I saw it.
It was like half an inch ahead of me.
That is very frustrating. I guess they're just a little bit better than you.
I'm distraught. No, it's because I was afraid of going off in the turn.
I just fell off like 4 times, and then I couldn't get past the other 5 people.
I braked for a second, or slowed down for a second. I didn't actually brake, but I slowed down.
But yeah, like, I had a weird time with gaming.
I did too.
Played Luigi's Mansion a bunch, you know?
I never got to play that.
The first, like, actual game with, like, violence in it that I was allowed to play was Enter the Matrix. And that game is very bad. Like, it is so bad. Like, if you really love the movies and want to, like, see all the cutscenes and everything. It's great, but like if you actually like games, then it's not very good. The Incredibles was actually really good on GameCube.
I didn't get to play that either.
Oh, but the game my first love with the GameCube, the first game I got with it, and the one I played by far the most, one of the very few games I've ever 100%ed, is SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom.
That sounds right for you.
Yep. I am an avid SpongeBob fan, as evidenced by that video that I put up. And that game is spectacular. It is far better than it has any right to be. It is ridiculous. I actually, like, at work, when I'm trying to distract myself from work, I put on, in the background, a streamer who just plays SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, just speedruns all day. And his personality is not fantastic, but he is unquestionably the best player at this game in the world. And he plays on Xbox because a bunch of the exploits only really work on Xbox, and I'm like, oh, I kind of want to try it on GameCube because I know it so well, and I've never actually used an Xbox controller. But, like, you know, his whole thing is, like, he's so bored, he just wants other people to get good at it so he can actually feel some competition for once.
You should be that person.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm probably the only other person, you know, one of the very few other people that has that kind of dedication to that game.
Yeah, who's that invested in it?
But I 100%ed that game without a walkthrough for a lot of it. Like, that takes dedication. Like, you had to explore that game. And, like, I eventually had to look up, like, 5 of the socks or something. You collect Patrick's socks.
Oh, okay. I'm like, this means nothing to me.
Yeah. I was like, oh, and they're like one of those hidden items that, like, you have to complete challenges for and stuff. You know, think Korok seeds in Breath of the Wild, except there's only like 50 of them and scattered through a world about like... Yeah, I don't know how to compare that with Breath of the Wild, but like, yeah. I never played Ocarina of Time until I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
That was the first time playing that, and I did it on the DS. I still haven't technically completed Majora's Mask.
Yeah, I never got to play Majora's Mask.
It's different. I don't really like the mechanic of it.
Yeah, that's what you've told me.
The first time I ever heard about it was from my friend Brian in college, and he was trying to explain it to me, and I was like, so wait, is it like real time? And he's like, no, it's like game time, so it's faster and all this. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. Do you know the gimmick of the game?
No, I tried not to so I could play it. I heard it before and I tried to like forget about it so I could play it and be surprised.
Alright, then I won't tell you.
I know that's pretty dorky, but...
No, you've seen me with movie trailers and spoilers and stuff. Like, I literally don't want to know when my friends see a movie because they'll tell me, oh, it was great, and I'm like, now I know what you think of it. And they think I'm nuts.
I don't agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I don't go that far.
I'm like, but I know your personality well enough and the kinds of movies that you like well enough that I know that if you like it, it's going to be this kind of movie, and I don't want to have spoilers even in, like, whether you think it's good. And of course that makes me crazy, so...
It might be a little crazy.
We could talk about Captain Marvel, though, because, like, that's current.
Yeah, you can talk about that if you want to.
God, that movie was so good.
I really loved it. I knew I was going to love it, but I was happy it lived up to my expectations.
Yeah, no, it was great. I'm so psyched for Endgame now.
Yeah, Cass and I keep talking about it, and we're both very excited about it, but we also know we're going to be devastated, so we're like, why are we eager for this to come?
We know what's going to happen.
Right now, we live in this happy little world. We can kind of pretend that things might work out well, because it's not going to.
Like, spoiler alert, prediction time, Iron Man dies.
Oh, they're all going to die.
All the OP, the OG,
At minimum,
yeah.
Iron Man, and that's going to be hard enough.
Yeah, one of him or Captain America is going to die, and it's probably going to be Tony Stark.
I think it's going to be all of them, but at minimum, Iron Man, which is sad enough. I mean, he's finally like getting his own life, and it's very sad.
Yeah. Well, they've got a kid.
Yeah,
they do.
No.
Yeah, they do.
Do you think she's pregnant?
I think she might be. I think she probably didn't know at the time that they had that conversation, but she totally is. That's my theory.
Okay, you've not mentioned this to me.
Well, welcome to my channel where I talk about movies while playing video games, apparently. I never claimed not to be a nerd, so... Yeah, well, that's what I think is going to happen. I don't know if I buy the whole, like, in the Soul Stone theory, and I don't think it's going to be a complete reversal that everyone who is dusted comes back and all that.
You were the one that, like, initially said that.
I thought about it, and I don't agree with myself on that one.
Why do you not think that?
I just think it's too easy.
Yeah.
I feel like if it's all completely flipped, there's no real drama there.
I still think there's drama.
What do you think about Doctor Strange? Do you think we're going to lose him?
He's an iffy one, but I do still think at least all the Avengers that were dusted are probably... Well, no.
We're going to get Spider-Man back.
If they're dusted, they're coming back, so...
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking that we're
then
gonna...
Doctor Strange is probably coming back.
Probably. I just can't decide if there's more to his character arc at this point.
I think they're at least going to use him. I think he's going to be a Tony replacement.
Could be, but I'm trying to imagine him in, like...
Because they can't use Captain Marvel very much as a Tony replacement because she's too powerful. She's going to have to leave a lot of the times.
I kept waiting for her to die in the movie. Like,
really?
Yeah.
That's
I was
weird.
like, because why hasn't she saved everyone? Like...
Yeah, but you also know she gets called.
I know she gets called, but that doesn't mean anything. I was like, Marvel, are you going to do that? Because that would be something you would do.
Just like I said, like, oh, we thought she could save us.
Thanks for watching this movie. This character's now dead.
Or it could be like a time travel thing where they got her out of the past.
Oh, the time travel thing makes me... I'm terrible
I meant if she had died.
I'm terrible at this cup, so we're doing this one.
Why? Why do you want me to win?
Well, you didn't.
I know,
So...
that's what I'm saying. I'm so confused why you want me to.
I think we're going to have to end this with the Baby Park Cup.
Oh, God.
So...
I hate Baby Park.
This video is getting long, though. It's 26 minutes now.
I hate Baby Park.
But anyway, what was I talking about?
Captain Marvel expecting her to die.
Oh, yeah,
Not
yeah.
like time travel.
The time travel thing makes me so upset. Because I'm like, I don't know how I feel about time travel being the answer. It's obviously the direction they're going. I'm just like, oh, anytime you introduce time travel as, like, the plot device that saves everything, it also opens up this whole slew of, like, it's literally the entirety of Doctor Who, you know?
Yeah, no.
Like, there's so many possibilities. It's the same problem, like, why Joe Rowling had to destroy all the Time Turners. Like, it's just too convenient.
Speaking of which, I'm going completely crazy that we haven't watched Doctor Who yet.
I know.
I can't express
I'm
how
so
crazy
excited
I'm
for
going.
this season, and I'm trying to, I keep telling myself that it's like, I'm trying to pace myself. No, I haven't done it. Like,
no, and it
I
also
literally
means
haven't
we're
done
completely
it.
disconnected from the fan community because we
Oh.
can't, look at anything, and that's driving me nuts.
Right, and we went to an Amanda Palmer show. She's with Neil Gaiman. They're in that world.
Yeah,
and,
I know.
we were both just sitting there terrified. At least I was like, oh, don't spoil Doctor Who for me, please,
That's
God.
what I mean, we can't, be a part of, our communities right now because we're not caught up, and that's all I want to do is watch
Something
it.
very strange just happened to me.
What happened to you?
I got knocked off by the pendulum,
Yeah.
and it just completely wrecked me. I just went completely off the course. I don't know, I just hit it at some weird angle and then bounced off something, and here I am.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, for you. This is one of my favorite tracks.
I know, I really want to beat you on it.
If you beat me on Baby Park tonight, it's gonna make me very upset.
I feel like tonight I'm making no sense in what I'm doing in this game.
It is kind of late for us.
It's not that late.
Yeah, it is for us. We are still recovering from our weeks. No, it happened again! It happened again!
At least you have it on, you
Yeah, I've got
recorded
videos,
it,
so I can be like, okay, this is what not to do.
I started to be like, you have it on tape. I'm like, it's not tape anymore.
Oh, God, tapes.
Where did that... I guess because we're talking about old Nintendo. It's
Yeah,
it's
it's putting me back in that nostalgia headspace,
oh,
recording
we taped
Pokemon
this.
on, Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
Recording Yu-Gi-Oh! My dad did a pretty funny thing with Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually. He would, because it's all posturing. That's the whole show. The whole show is posturing, so he'd be like, well, when I play this card, you're going to die, Kaiba. It was just a pretty funny impression. You have to have seen the show.
Did your dad do it? I assume.
Right? My dad was, in the room, but he wasn't, watching.
Yeah.
He knew it well enough to mock it, you
That
know?
makes sense.
But in that actually, playful kind of way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying not to think about it. But
I know
Baby
you
Park
are,
is
but it's
coming.
when we get
Baby
there.
Park is coming, and you always lose Baby Park. Except for that one time that we don't speak of.
It's good whenever it's playful like that.
Yeah, no. But, it's the same kind of problem that people have with Dragon Ball Z, and I've never seen that show, so I really can't speak to it perfectly.
I have not either.
But, it's that whole thing of, all these people are doing is standing around screaming at each other, and, That's the show. Like, it's a card game at the end of the day. Like,
Yeah.
the abridged series is one of my favorite things to watch, though, and it's still going. Like, my sister and I watched that a lot as it was coming out. Like, we started off and there were like probably a good 30 episodes up by the time we found it, and like so we just binged it like crazy. And we were both such big fans of Yu-Gi-Oh that like it was just like, oh god, someone gets it. It's like how we felt about a Harry Potter musical,
Yeah, no, that
where
makes
it's like,
sense.
wow, these are actual fans mocking it. It's awesome.
But with love.
Yeah, it's that loving mockery, you know, it's
Yeah.
that sort of friend thing.
I took a shortcut that I needed to turbo for by accident. That did not go terribly well.
Oh,
I'm normally
dear.
so bad at this course, so I don't really know what's going on. Hey.
Of course you do. I'm winning. I know that tilt controls are a thing, and I know that I'm tilting my controller, but my tilt controls are not enabled. Nor will they ever be. I am terrible at it.
I am too.
Ah, I got the air thing with that where it pushes you up and you miss the turbo.
I really just attacked them. I'm getting my timing all wrong tonight.
Oh, I hate when that happens. That happened to me when I was, I jumped back into Breath of the Wild. I don't know what, well, I was fighting a Lionel.
Mm-hmm.
A white main Lionel.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I started from.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got up to the Lionel, it roared, I saved. And that's where I started. And I was like, okay, I haven't played this game in a month.
Or longer.
Longer, probably more like 3 months. Time has gotten weird for me. But, yeah, I'm like, okay, I could probably fight something in this game right now. I could probably play this game right now. I don't know that starting off here is the best thing to do, right?
I think I'm second to sixth place so fast.
Ooh. And that's like the same thing that happens when I save in Doom. Because that's what happened the first time I tried to film the video for this channel with that. Where I was like, oh yeah, I'm starting off right at this fight.
Yeah.
Oh, and I died so many times. And I'm so kind of glad that like that didn't line up. I'm still so mad about it technically though.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I
But,
know, that went very badly.
But like I'm still mad at myself for the technical aspects of that because like I recorded with my camcorder and I
Yeah.
recorded with my game capture at the same time in the same place. And somehow the audio, no matter what I do, doesn't line up. I thought, okay, maybe it's a variable frame rate thing. This is like my worst course. I thought it was like a variable frame rate thing, so I converted everything, and like the time should be constant. And then I thought, oh, maybe it's an NTSC versus a PAL thing because like the game capture records at exactly 60 FPS and the camcorder is 59.94. I might make a video about that at some point. It's actually really interesting. But like, yeah, I tried everything, and you know I've got some pretty good video tools under my belt right now. I could not get them to align. So finally I just took the audio. I exported the audio from them and I was like, maybe if I can get the audio to line up, I'll be okay. No, I could not get the audio to align at all. So I just had to scrap all that. And it was like an hour of footage, you know? I was like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna have to record it on the same device. Well, I'm like doing okay this time, and I'm never okay at this course.
I'm doing horribly.
It usually gets worse for me when like the paths I took the first time disappear.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
200 is basically just watching how many times Lakitu can save me. I'm trying to think what other games I played. I played a lot of Rogue Squadron, especially the third one, because that was fantastic.
Yeah, I feel like you played a lot more games than you think you have. Like, I've played probably way, way less games than you have. I just played more iconic ones, but we could only afford so many, so we kind of only bought the iconic ones.
Right, that makes sense.
It was like, this is the game you're getting this year, and that is it, you know?
Well, that's what happened with me with SpongeBob, because like I didn't have any other games for my GameCube.
Yeah, no.
So like
that's why
I played it so much. And I loved it.
We normally have whatever Zelda game there was, whatever Mario Kart game there was, And for a while, whatever Mario game, but then I think that stopped eventually. That or just my brother wasn't playing as much, and like I didn't have any money for games, so I couldn't get anything.
Yeah. For a while, I had my Game Boy Pocket that I bought myself with, like, you know, child money, you know? And, like, I literally didn't own a game for it.
Yeah.
So for, like, a solid... This is the saddest blanking thing. I sat there just staring at... And, like, in those days... The logo wouldn't work if the game cartridge wasn't loaded, so I just stared at the black bar, just scrolling down on it. And you had to, like, use real batteries for it. There wasn't even, like, I didn't have rechargeable batteries for it or anything. So it's just, like, the saddest thing. Just turn it on, ba-ding, turn it off,
Yeah.
ba-ding, turn it off. But then I got Pokemon Blue for Christmas that year, and my mother was not happy about that.
Yeah.
And that was one of those games that I just played obsessively. Like, I eventually bought a Game Shark for the thing that eventually fell apart and was held together with tape, and that's another story. But, like, I had a Game Shark, and I just did all the hacks in that game. And my sister and I both did it, so, like, we had level 100 Mews and everything. Like, we were crazy. And we just went at each other, and I still won, you know? If she's watching somewhere, she's, like, gonna challenge me. But, like, yeah, no, I loved that game. I played it a lot. It was that, and when Twitch Plays Pokemon was happening, I was in college, so, like, and studying computer science. So all of us were, like, super fascinated with this whole thing. And it became the de facto responsibility of whoever was in the front row of each class to open up their laptop to a full screen of Twitch Plays Pokemon just to watch it happen. But of course, all the interesting stuff happened at night at like 3 in the morning, and you have to like watch the recap videos the next day. But it was super cool. It was so much fun. I'm so glad that like someone did that.
Yeah, that was cool. Do you want to hear something almost as pathetic?
Yeah.
So when we could afford like nothing, like this was a time period where I was doing a lot of like reading cookbooks because I was hungry. We were living at a hotel my dad was working at, and someone left their Sega, their handheld like Sega Genesis, I don't remember what it's called, because I'm distracted right now.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
But it's like, you know, their version of Game Boy, and a part 2 of a game none of us had ever heard of, and no one ever came to claim it, so they let my dad keep it, so he gave it to my brother and I. So we would just all day, because we had no other gaming system at this time, play that one game, and we both got stuck at the same place because we didn't have the manual, so we couldn't figure out how to do the mechanics of this one thing. So we could only play like a couple levels in the game, and we just played those levels over and over and over and over again, so we could never figure out how to do the mechanics. And like I said, it was a part 2 of another game.
Yeah.
It was a game, it was Echo with this dolphin that you play as. It was really cool. But it was all we had, and I used to kind of get a little seasick from it, because I'd play it so long, and like the colors would set me off. But yeah, it was like someone else's game that we would play just the same levels over and over and over and over and over, and get stuck at the same place every single time.
I'm trying to think, like, I definitely have stuff like that with my sister, where we just play the same thing, like, over and over and over again. I'm thinking more, my head's stuck on, like, the fact that we used to have to, like, have external sources of light to play video games.
You want a baby park, right?
Yeah, where is Baby Park? There it is. It's like the one I didn't look at. But, like, do you remember, you know, obviously you do, like, in the Game Boy days, especially Game Boy Advance, where, like, you didn't have a backlight.
I never had a Game Boy, I told you.
Oh, right.
So no.
But, like, there was no backlight. There was no way to see in the dark while you were playing a video game. I remember playing this, like, Looney Tunes game for Game Boy Color, I want to say. No, it couldn't have been. It must have been for just regular Game Boy. Because I didn't have a Game Boy Color, and my sister was not going to let me play that. But, like, I remember playing that while we were driving down to Hershey Park. And just like trying to see with the like, and this would drive you completely seasick.
Telling me about this.
Like, we're in a car, we're moving on a highway, we are going by the street lamps to see playing a parallax scrolling game.
Yeah.
I'm like, everything about this just says that Amanda would die.
I would've been
Like,
so
you would
sick.
have actually puked.
I would have been so sick.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm a child, whatever, everything's fine.
I mean, to be fair, as a child, I got so sick doing that kind of stuff, I
Yeah.
couldn't do it.
Oh, this can't be happening. Why is this what's happening right now?
I'm really upset because Toadette just passed me and I don't know if I can catch up to her.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
But
this
as
is
long
not
as I
good.
beat you, that's all.
That's
that
all. Oh my
really
gosh,
matters.
no!
All
I
that
don't
really
have time
matters
for
is I beat
this.
You. I really want to come in first, but
I don't have time! Ah, no! I jinxed myself!
you did.
Oh,
I'm very excited about this.
No!
Ah.
Oh!
I'm really happy that this is documented. You have to put it up publicly now as you losing at Baby Park.
I can
For, I think, only
edit,
the
right?
second time we've been
Oh,
together.
God!
This makes me so happy.
Oh, no!
And after I've been like messing up at like all the courses I'm good at,
No!
and then I get you on Baby Park.
What is happening?
Whatever's happening, I'm okay with right now.
Oh.
I mean, you're bad at this one too. Which probably means I'm gonna do bad at it this time because like I'm doing terrible at all the ones I'm normally good at.
Yeah, it's sort of like Bizarro World here.
It's very confusing.
Yeah, but we went to a lot of my family, like, for all their faults and abuse, like, you know, the thing that people don't understand about that kind of abuse is that it's often not all bad. Like, we went on a lot of trips. We went to a lot of theme parks. We went to, well, not a lot, but like we went every year to a theme park, which is a lot more than a lot of people do. And we also went to the Bronx Zoo a lot. Like, you know, we had our little family traditions, you know. They just got progressively worse as they grew to hate me more because I developed more of a personality, but that's another story. You know, like, I don't know. We did a lot of theme parks, and theme parks are great. That's what I was trying to say, and then it got dark. And I don't know what happened. They got away from me.
So what is your favorite course?
Well, it was going to be Baby Park, and then it betrayed me.
Is it actually that over the music course?
Yeah. The music course is so fun, though.
I know,
It's
you
so
always say
inventive,
the
and it
music
really
course.
does
I think
remind
it's
me of a
my
particular
favorite.
level in SpongeBob's, you know, Battle for Bikini Bottom with the dream and everything. Like, God, that game is so good. I love that game so
You should do a
much.
video on that game.
It's analog. I don't have the ability to record those yet. I'd have to buy an extra
Find a
piece
way
of
to make it
hardware.
work.
Yeah. It'd be fun to watch me do that. I want to, like,
Have you checked to see if you can get it on the Switch?
no, I have not bothered because I feel like I would know about it with all the speedrunning I watch of it.
You should check to be sure.
But they have not released any version of that game that's not on the original consoles that it was played on. It's like in like the vault basically. It's that equivalent. One of the interesting things I did find out watching all those speedrunners is that, like, apparently Nintendo did quiet updates. Like, they would release different versions of the game without telling you.
Yeah.
So, like, you could have a different version of the game than somebody else and never know.
So bizarre.
Right? And it's just based purely on timing and, like, where you bought it and when. Like,
I did
it's,
not know that.
yeah, it's a
before.
thing. Like, it's pretty rare, but they did do it with some games.
So weird.
Because they couldn't, like, do releases, you
I
know?
want to get every version of some of the games I like them.
Right? Like,
See,
it's
weird.
super
You beat me
interesting.
now.
I know, I
You
don't
never
know what's
win on this
happening.
one.
I have no idea what's happening.
Like, I came in second at least, but you never beat me on this one.
I have no idea.
Unless I, like, really screw up, which I didn't because I came in second.
I have no clue what's happening.
Sorry, I
right
just
now.
got distracted by that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm just gonna say that it's the fault of something else. I don't know.
That works for me.
Yep. There's some external universe factor
Although I
happening.
really like to just give myself credit for Baby Park.
Yeah. Ugh. We're gonna end up too late by the time this, like, uploads, because I'm just gonna have to leave it going overnight. Like, there's no way I'm gonna sit here and watch this
no,
upload happen.
not with how much you can do tomorrow
But
morning,
YouTube was
especially.
oh yeah, tomorrow morning is crazy. But, like, YouTube was so wonky last week. Like, I literally had to give up uploading my video at night and just do it in the morning. I got up at like 5:45 in the morning to upload that video. I was very upset about it, but it like didn't really have a major impact on like my day.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was just up an extra 15 minutes early and used that 15 minutes spread out over the click upload, click save.
Yeah.
Because I'd already typed out the description and the tags and everything. Like I was done with that video. I didn't even have a thumbnail for that video, I don't think. I think this is going to be another one where I just let YouTube pick the thumbnail for me.
That makes sense.
Well, there's not much happening here. Like we don't even have a picture of us. Like we have the lower left corner of the screen.
That's true.
It's just so much easier. Like let YouTube pick the thumbnail. I'm done. Like, and what art am I going to put there that I can actually use legally? Like,
Yeah, valid point.
You know, I try to be really good about doing like, you know, giving credit to the people whose artwork I use and like actually using public domain stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If for no other reason than to prove to myself that it can be done. It's getting challenging with the X-Files though, because I'm like, how many more ways can I express the idea of aliens before it becomes so abstract that it doesn't mean anything?
Would you let me draw an alien for you?
I mean, you've done it before. Ah. Yeah. So, I'm just super glad that we had as productive of a week as we did, that we're doing all these really important things coming up. You know, I think we're getting our lives together, which is really nice.
I hope so. You at least.
I'm kind of killing it, not gonna lie. It doesn't look like it when I'm sitting here in my sweatshirt under my gray blanket playing Mario Kart at 9 o'clock at night, the night before a video is supposed to go up. But like, God, actually, what time is it?
Alexa, what time is it?
It's 9:24.
The time is 9:24
See,
p.m.
I just asked her.
Yeah, well, you know, we normally try to be asleep by like 10:30.
Yeah. Not that we ever do that, but...
At least I don't have work tomorrow. I took the entire day off to do more stuff. Like, that's how important this stuff is.
I've got work, but I'm going to try to work around the other stuff.
I don't know how that's going to work. I never mess up that timing.
I have to, though, like, one's for, like, a job interview thing, so I have to do that tomorrow.
That's very true. That's very true.
Like, I don't have a way around that.
There we go.
I'm not complaining, happy to help you, obviously, but I'm just saying I have to make that work, you know?
Yeah. Some of the stuff I'm doing tomorrow is incredibly stressful, so, like, I very much appreciate you being there.
And I love you.
And I love you. Don't know why you love me, but hey, you do, and I'll take it.
I keep telling you, I'll give you a list of reasons. If you
No,
keep
that is a
denying it.
bad
So,
idea.
Is it actually a bad idea, or is that just like...
It's an idea I can't process or handle.
Okay, well, if you can't handle that, I won't do it.
Apparently, I am going to continue to be terrible at this course, as I always
And
am.
I'm normally bad at this course, even though I love this course. Even though I'm a little sad that it's like this summer
We have to
version.
memorize the controls that let you decide, like,
Make
which
it
season
Christmas
it
and fall
is.
every single time.
Yeah, so you can Gilmore Girl it up, like...
Just continually stars higher.
God, that show is, like, severely underrated, except by those who love it as much as we do.
No, and then it just becomes our entire life.
Right,
which
like,
is fantastic.
I swear Netflix is going to cut us off. They're going to be like, no,
No, that
you
and
have
Friends
watched
both.
this too many times. Like, you just, like,
You know
now
what's-
you own it.
What's
Like,
super pathetic is I've been watching it in such a concrete block that, like, I'm, like, a third of the way through season 4 now, and I'm just really enjoying season 4 as a book. I'm just, like, really focusing on, oh, here's where they set this up, here's where they set this up, here's how they pace this. Like, I'm just really obsessed with the pacing
well,
and the
anytime
narrative
you
and the
watch
themes
anything
right
that
now.
closely, you're going to start to understand it in the mind
Yeah.
of the creator.
And, like, I saw it before, but this time I know everything that's coming, and I'm really feeling season 4 as, like, its own complete thing and, like, a standalone book or something. It's really interesting, and I'm getting so into it from that level. I'm just,
thing
like,
is-
so excited about it. It's
My thing is
ridiculous.
rewatching it for the stuff in the background, all the continuity things and everything.
Yeah, which is great, too.
I love that
Yeah,
stuff.
there's a lot of that in there.
That's actually the original reason that I was brought on to the team with that author that you edit for.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Just checking for that
so
sort of thing.
nitpicky about everything.
Exactly.
So none of that went the way we thought it would.
No, but I came in first at Baby Park and Animal Crossing, so I'm good.
All right, so I think we're gonna cut it off here.
Yeah, because you don't want me to beat you anymore.
I don't want to think about that ever again. Thank God it's immortalized on my channel.
I know, you have to show publicly you losing to Baby Park. Which is
I'm
kind of
just gonna
fantastic.
upload a video of us like just aggressively going at it like 4 times in a row or something.
Just nothing but Baby Park, an hour and a half of Baby Park.
I love Baby Park. I've always loved Baby Park.
It's so boring and so hard.
Alright. Well, that is all for this week. I'll be back again, not next week, but next week plus 4 days? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
I thought
4
there was
days.
one more video before then. I guess I'm off.
Nope, this is it.
I must be off.
So next Sunday, I'll be back. Not the next Sunday, but the Sunday after this next one. So 2 Sundays from now. But hopefully that video will be interesting for all of us. And I highly recommend having a Get Your Stuff Together week for yourselves. It's been really great for both of us.
I wouldn't call mine a Get Yourself Together week at all.
Okay,
But
well,
yours, yes. I need one
I've had
now.
a great week. I'm doing great.
I need one now.
Yeah, so that's all for this week. As always, stay curious. Because I won't be here next week and you'll be curious about it for 4 days.